On today's episode of the Backyard Podcast, we got my dog, Iroegbu. I've known UC for more than half my life. One of the hardest workers I've seen and one of the purest souls I've grown to know. Today we get to learn about his continuous pro basketball journey, as well as some of his instilled roots for success. After this episode, I'm sure you'll appreciate the wisdom he preaches. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Backyard Podcast. I'm your host, Marcellus Howard, and I am here with a special guest, my brother, my high school teammate, my AAU competition competitor, if you want to say. He goes by the name of Iroegbu. My dog. Appreciate you pulling up, man.
No problem. And I don't know if we was competitors because we was always winning, but
well, I mean,
it
wasn't the aspect of competing. It was just the aspect of we played against each other, and I wasn't that good at that age.
No, you was good. It's just y'all wasn't getting wins. Like
you see, I was.
That was you was one of the. It was like you. Nephi, DJ was still coming to his own, but you was good at that age.
In like sixth grade?
Yeah, because your dad was on the sideline, like not standing up and down, like, nah, you better get a bucket. So,
but I was a defensive lineman in the sixth grade, if you didn't know. Yeah. So I was a little oversized.
He was quick, had a little handles, you know what I'm saying, get by people.
I actually have some stories about when we did play against each other, but I want to dive into that a little later. I kind of want to go into your backstory a little bit to start off.
For sure.
And also just want to say, you know, I've been, if you guys don't know, I've been a part of this guy's, I've been able to witness his journey from middle school to high school to college to the pros. And I've name dropped him a few times on this podcast. On this podcast, exactly. And this is one of my friend's brothers that I know when he says something, he puts his mind to it, he's going to do it. And that's one thing I've always admired about you. You know, you've always set your mind to do something, and you always went to go reach out and acquire that goal. And I can honestly say that's the inspiration. And you're a living testimony that the work pays off. And I just want to give you your due flowers, man. And I'm proud of you as a bro. And yeah, so when you went to Sutter, right? We're gonna start at Sutter.
No problem.
Can we talk about the talent you guys had on that team first of all?
Bro, it was crazy. So
middle school, by the way.
Middle school. So when I tell people this story, I try to get them to understand because this, and even I know we're gonna talk about Capital later, but some of that, like, I almost want to call it fluke because I wasn't supposed to go to Sutter. So long story short, in sixth grade. First of all, school naturally comes easy to me, but, like, I can lose interest, right? So in sixth grade, me and a couple of my friends in the neighborhood, like, long story short, I was a skateboarder. Basketball was on the backboard. I'm telling you, bro, like, I was in a skate group. Like, we was doing tricks. So I was sixth grade, come in the crib, throw my backpack in the house, and just skate for, like, 3-4 hours, right? So my grades were terrible. So I'm Nigerian, if people don't know. So Nigerian parents don't play. You know, my mom
yes.
very strict. She's not playing around, bro. So she's like, yo, you're getting these grades up, or, like, basically, like, we gonna see. I'm like, we gonna see what? Like, my brothers went to Yee school. Like, I'm going to Toby Johnson right by the crib. Like, it's no issue. Long story short, I think I got like a D in math, bro. As soon as sixth grade finishes, she's like, yeah, like, so we gotta go get your polos and your khakis fitted. What are you talking about? Like, yeah, you're going to South Point Christian School for middle school. Like, and I'm telling you, 7th and 8th grade combined, there were 12 students.
12 students?
12 and so like 6 in 7th grade, like 8 in 8th grade. Like, it was
so whoever was in your class, you're in class with them all day, every day.
The 7th and 8th grade was together, bro. Like, that's how small it was. They didn't split it up. So, like, that was based on me not doing what I had to do in 6th grade. Yeah. So then we got there. I was like, yo, like, y'all got it. Like, I get the point. 4.0, all that. I'm like, look, like, let's fix this, all right? Let's talk. Me and my parents, I'm like, yo, let's figure this out. So, like, all right, like, it was like right around Thanksgiving break, and they're like, all right, like, okay, we see you. You understand. You get the point. Like, let's move on. Like, let's do something right. I'm like, all right, so, like, where I'm going. So initially I was thinking Toby. But at the time, my older brother Ike, he's only a year older than me. He was already going to Sutter.
Right.
We live in Elk Grove. Sutter's 20, 25 minutes away from us. So rather than like having us be splits, like, all right, you just go to Sutter too, so we can both be going to the same school.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I ain't tripping. All I've heard from Sutter is I know people older than me have gone there. Josiah Turner, Chris Carvin. Sutter's a good basketball school. My brother's already there, and so I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So boom, like let's do it. So I show up to Sutter, bro, and like it's essentially like an academy, bro. Like we lost 2 games in 2 years. I think it was like 52-2. But like, bro, before practice, after practice, we're doing all these extra workouts. We're so it's like a military academy, how like structured it is. So like, bro, we was running through everybody. Like, I think on my team it was like 4 Division I athletes. On a middle school team, like me, DJ's about 6 feet. 6'1" in the
like 6'2",
6'2" in the 8th grade. Nephi's 6'5", 250. Justice, who's the fastest man alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
damn,
it was just a problem. So I get there. Preston too.
Preston.
You know what I'm saying? So I get there and like we nice. But I'm saying that like I just stumbled upon that, bro. Yeah. And then you know what I'm saying? We running into people like y'all, and we getting y'all out of here with like 50 points. So,
like, wait, hold on. Time out. So it was, I never lost by 50 points in my life. Never have I lost by 50 points in my life. Maybe a couple 30 balls. I remember this specifically. It was 30, 50. It was city championship. Mind you, I went to San Brandon, inner city school. So I mean, we got, people from all walks of life, from gangs, from you name it, we had it. And we get to the city championship and we're playing Sutter. And they beat us by 20 points plus every time we played them in the season. So we get to the city championship. I remember we start off 10-0. And then they start feeding the beast Nephi. Mind you, our tallest guy, so I'm 5'9" right now. Listen to this picture. Nephi at the time was like 6'2", 6'3". Our center in the 7th grade, our center was 5'8". But we had Malik Pope, who was 6'1". He didn't want to play center. So our 5'8" guard is guarding Nephi. So that's like me guarding Nephi right now.
To be I don't know. To be honest, bro, it was like Iverson playing the Lakers in the final. Like, you was Iverson. We knew you was nice, but you're not beating us. We had Shaq, we had Kobe, and we had everybody else that we need. Like, it's like, go ahead and do whatever you want to do, but like, bro, we're getting you out of here, bro. Literally.
So then, 8th grade year, when we started to become better, there was this one team we couldn't beat. It wasn't y'all. It was Fern Bacon.
But y'all didn't beat us either.
But like,
and we beat them.
But it's different. We didn't have the facilities. We didn't have the regimen. Our practices it was pretty much street ball. We would put the little reversible jerseys on with the cones, and we just run 5s all day. I remember this one practice. Shout out Malik, man. I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell the story. I've never told a story before. This one practice, and Malik's going for a layup, and at this time I was starting to become a chase down artist.
Chase down what?
Chase down block artist.
All right.
Oh, you never heard? If you don't know, this is when I was starting to become into my young bounce. So I was touching net at this time.
Okay.
And I remember Malik was going on a fast break in practice, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to time it. So and I send it off the backboard so hard. I'm like, yeah, you has. I'm saying words that I shouldn't be saying, and I'm like, dang. I'm like, bro was 6'1". At the time, I'm like 5 feet. I was like, I think I have a future in this game. So this is leading into playoffs. So then we play Fern Bacon, Clifford, R.I.P. my boy,
R.I.P. Clifford,
and Calvin. Clifford might have been the coldest guard in the city outside of Xavier.
No, he was tough. Cliff was super tough.
Cliff was super tough in middle school. And after that, I think we lost by like 15 or 20. So I said, okay, maybe this basketball stuff not for me. And then I see them play against you guys. I felt a little better. I said, oh, then it wasn't just us. It's just Sutter. It's just all. Sutter was the Warriors of middle school basketball.
Literally.
Although y'all lost to Rolling Hills. To Tyler Jennings.
When I was there? I didn't play Tyler Jennings when I was there. No, we lost to...
I thought y'all lost to Tyler's team.
Nah, we lost to... It was some random, like, some random school from ways away. But no, we didn't play talk. I had some. Nah, we didn't. Not
my bad.
No.
That's false accusations?
Yeah, it's false accusations. That's super cap.
So then, moving on to high school,
Yep.
9th grade year.
Yep.
This is after 8th grade year, by the way, you guys. So this is 9th grade year. I go to Capital Christian. He goes to Franklin High School.
Yes, sir.
And we get to play against you, Richard, Marvin,
Right.
Benson,
Right.
and the Franklin Wildcats. And on Capital, it's kind of Sutter without UC.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Justice was still in middle school
Right.
our freshman year. So it
Right.
was me, DJ, Nephi.
Yeah.
We play Franklin.
What happened?
This is what happened, bro. I'm going to tell you what happened. Going into the game, right, I had got the call, hey, Sel, you're no longer playing JV, you're going varsity. So I said, okay, bump this game, right? So I didn't care going into the game too much because I already knew I was going to be on varsity. So I said, hey, man, bump this, you feel me? If we win or lose, it don't matter. So what happened was the refs literally told me before I never told you. They told me before the game. They said, "Hey man, we're gonna make sure you guys lose this game because you guys are a Christian school."
So
I'm just saying.
They hate on God's people.
They hate on God's children.
It's so cap, bro.
Y'all a Christian school. We make sure y'all not gonna win. And that's what happened. True story,
Bro.
What'd you see that game,
Bro? First of all, now that we look back on it, bro, I've been beating you since, bro, I don't know when, bro. Until we joined forces.
But I've had my fair shares of wins.
No, you
though.
always did your part, but bro, so I don't know if I ever told you this, but that game, first of all, it's y'all, so I'm like excited to play. It wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm about to kill them, but I'm like, all right, it's my boys, like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So then 8th grade, I'm at Sutter, and DJ's like we like best friends. We are to this day, like best friends, you know what I'm saying? But so 9th grade comes. And then I'm like, oh, I'm about to play Sel, DJ, Nephi, all of them. We get out the car. My mom parks right next to DJ's mom, right?
Okay.
So then DJ hops out the car. I hop out the car at the same time. So I see him, I just instantly start laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how your boys, you ain't see him, no worries, you just start laughing, right? So he like smirks. And then, Anthony.
Yeah.
So he like looked at Anthony. And Anthony had a serious look on his face. So then he was about to smirk. And then he just looked at me and did one of these and kept walking.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's what we on? All right. Oh, we can take it there. Like, it didn't have to be like that, but that's what we on. We can take it there for sure. So in the game, I huddled all my guys. I was like, yo, we getting them out of here. Like, it's not gonna be no close game. Like, we gonna turn up,
Yeah,
it's gonna be one of those. So that was like really what turned me up. But nah, we had smoke for y'all, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like.
So it was DJ's fault we lost,
bro. For real, yeah. Like, I was coming to that game like on some like fun. It's gonna be like how it was AAU, Like, I got my new crew. You could have them Sutter guys, whatever. But then he did that little. I was like, oh, all right, like we could do
it's that time
for sure. No, I promise you, that's exactly what set me off that game.
So going into the game, right? Mind you, me and DJ were pretty cool freshman year. We had our ins and outs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing we lacked. We didn't have too much of a brotherhood on that JV team.
Right.
We were all cool, but outside of me, Nephi, and DJ, the other guys we never talked to.
Right.
I'm not gonna name drop.
No,
but the other guys we didn't talk to. But the one thing I noticed about Franklin, you guys all kind of grew up together,
bro.
Especially you and Rich, living in Elk Grove. You and Marv being family.
Right.
And then Benson was just always he's a quiet guy, but he's a good role guy in a way. Like he's a good role player. He played his part. But actually, I think that tournament he got hurt. Actually that was AAU. My bad. Right, he had fell on his head or something crazy happened. But I remember that team because you guys had you guys were so close and connected. So then when you came to Capital sophomore year, I was like, oh. So my initial thought, to be honest. I said, oh, man. I said, UC's coming to Capital Christian. I said, damn. I'm not going to have no friends. Because you going to take DJ away? Because me and DJ were getting close. And I was like, damn, UC coming back to fill that void. So now it's just going to be me hanging with. It got to a point where I was really hanging with everybody outside the basketball team.
I mean, it's funny you say that, bro, because like you said, we was connected at Franklin, and then you even thinking that. I feel like for me, what has led to like success in hoop, bro, is just creating that like family atmosphere, like just being like, if you can be cool with your teammates off the court, then on the court it's just like this.
Super easy.
So I mean, I think we was like that at Sutter. At Franklin was definitely like that, and then I think at Capital what led to our success in high school, bro, is because like, especially going to like a smaller school like that, like we had all this. If you're in this grade and you have an English class, there's one teacher that teach, like, so we're all in the same classes.
Yep.
We sit together at lunch. We're staying after school, waiting till practice. Like, we're going to each other's houses. So, like, we know each other. You know what I'm saying? So then it just subconsciously transfers to the court. Like, I know Sel likes to cut if I do this. Like, without even looking, I'm hitting them. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Like, I feel like just being able to create that rapport quickly with new people, and we get that skill from playing AAU, and you know, honestly, because I feel like a lot of times it's hard for me to understand that, like, when people have hard times like making friends and stuff like that. But I feel like for us, that just goes back to like, throw me on this AAU team for just this weekend. Like, by the end of the weekend, we all cool. We just have that skill of, you know what I'm saying, building rapport and building friendships quickly. So I got the Capital. I really knew everybody already. I knew you from AAU. This was just gonna be our first time like going to the same school and stuff. But I don't know. That stuff just kind of naturally forms and then carries on to the court, bro.
It's kind of dope to hear you say that, because I kind of want to ask you not a deeper question, but I think this is something that people need to hear. Especially what I'm about to bring up right now. So sophomore year comes around, you come to Capital. I remember the first practice, I was like the first one to greet you.
For sure.
I was like hype, like, man, he's my backcourt mate. This is gonna be dope.
For sure.
And sophomore year didn't go as planned. So I'm not gonna tell the story for you, but basically what I want you to kind of tee off on is the trial. Like, that was a super trial and tribulation era for you, because you got to Capital thinking one thing, and then when you got there, the coach was never on your side. And I know a lot of people out there watching are in certain situations similar to, you have the talent, you're good enough to be in a starting lineup, but the coach just has something against you. Oh, there's always something that he nitpicks. And like, how did you find that to motivate you? Because a lot of people can go through that and be like, I'm folding. Right.
I think the toughest thing is, so I know when I first got to Capital, especially in the summers, it was like our first or second little summer league tournament. I'm starting. I'm playing well, and I'm doing what I need to do. So I was like, okay, like, I see how this is going to translate into the season. And for whatever reason, our coach, it's not even like we didn't see eye to eye thing, because it's one thing when I feel like everybody, whether you recognize it or not, you have the self-awareness to know like what you're doing. So if I know like I'm talking crazy in practice, I'm coming late, like, and then the coach is on me, like, I'm not, the coach don't know, like, I'm adding to the issue.
It's on you,
But when you feel like, when you're working hard, when you're doing all the things you need to do, and you're competing, you're playing well, and then you still feel like the coach is like out to get you or not messing with you, it's just like you're kind of just confused. Like, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything, like, other than still being a good teammate, all that. So sophomore year, man, it was weird. It was like I said, I was doing what I needed to do in practice, but the coach like always had some extra to say, always try to like make me the butt of every joke, whatever.
Literally.
And then it got to a point where I don't know if it was like on just a power trip or whatever, and he was like, yeah, like, I know you started the year on varsity, but we feel like we need to move you down to JV for a bit, and da.
Mind whatever. You, this is he got moved down to JV before the start of league, so he's been playing varsity for about a month and a half. Yeah, so my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
So no problem. And it's honestly worse like that, because like it's almost like when you get demoted, it's like, you know what I'm saying, first round draft pick, and then like, nah, he not good enough. Like, or outside looking in, you're like, oh, he something
like
going
he's
on.
in JV
during league. What? Like, so definitely like humbling, or like just took a hit to the ego. And man, it was tough, man. Like, I don't want to say like, it's not like I was about to quit or anything, but that was the first time I was like, dang, like, I'm not enjoying this. Like, what am I don't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So a bit of soul searching. But I was like, I talked to our next coach, Coach Devon. He was coaching
Real
JV
one.
at the time,
Mm-hmm.
real one. And he coached you guys in AAU, so I'd already known him. But he was like basically like, don't worry about him. He tripping. Like, we gonna get you right. We gonna keep working, and like it's gonna work out. So I go to JV. I was only down there honestly for I think like 2.5 weeks.
2 weeks.
Probably average,
That's a long 2 weeks.
That's a long 2 weeks. And I think it was a big tournament during the 2 weeks. So,
what'd you average?
At least 25.
Easy
25. You talking about shot block? I'm sending stuff to the third row. You know, that's in high school. That's when they put it right there.
Right there.
And you give me that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was tough, man. And even when I got moved back up to varsity. Now I'm not in the rotation, not really playing, but it was my first opportunity because it wouldn't be my last in that similar type situation in my career. But the opportunity, like, all right, I'm not gonna give him any excuse. I'm still gonna cheer on my teammates. I'm still gonna compete in practice. I'm still gonna get my extra work in and get shots up. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like literally, if I could have controlled things myself. I'm playing 40 minutes. I'm getting the ball every possession. Everybody get out the way. If I could control things right now, I'd put myself on a max contract on whatever team.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? But there's so many things that are outside of your control. So it's like literally like, what benefit do I get stressing on the things that I absolutely cannot control? And then you have that. You look in the mirror and say, what can I control? Control my attitude. I'm not gonna give him any reason to say, oh, UC did this. UC bad teammate, whatever. And then on top of that, I'm still improving. I'm developing my game. Like, because imagine like I'm sitting there and I'm kind of upset that I'm not playing. God forbid a starter gets hurt and they throw me in there. Shot broke. Feel like I haven't touched the ball in a month. And it's like, oh, this is why he doesn't get that. So, you know what I'm saying? So the biggest part about being in those situations is staying ready, because then when you get the opportunity, you have to show them like, this is like, it was a mistake. Like y'all should have been playing me. Like, I can do this. So you got to continue to work on your skills. And I think that's what I did throughout that time. And then by the next year, by God's grace, Coach Vaughn came. We had a new coach.
Amen.
And that summer, I had a big summer. That was my biggest summer. Really,
that was like a breakout summer for you.
Breakout summer, bro. I'm dunking. I'm working on my game. I changed my whole shot. Like really reconstructed my whole 3-point shot. And I think the first game, it was crazy. So actually, the coach that we had, it was like before he had got let go, we had a practice though, and he was like, asked me what my plans were for the summer with basketball. And then I was telling him like just training this and that, and he was like, yeah, like you really should continue just working on your ball handling. Which, all right, cool, yeah. But he's like, continue working on your ball handling. Like, don't really worry about shooting, because like, you're not a shooter. That's not really ever going to be you.
Interesting.
Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? This is a 15-year-old kid that you're telling, that you're coaching. Like,
come on now.
Like, that's what I don't understand about some of the high school coaches, because you have such an integral position in these people's lives, like to kind of develop them. But whatever. He told me just work on my ball handling, because I wasn't going to be a shooter. Had a great summer. Worked on all my skills. First game junior year. I had like 26, 6 threes.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I was just on
and you're starting at this point.
You know what I'm saying? I think that just the 6 threes was on some like.
Was that foundation game versus Sac High?
No, it was some tournament. I can't remember how. It was far away though. South. I don't.
Not Union Mine.
Nah, not that one. It was a far one though, but it was like literally our first actual game of sophomore year, and
I can't remember. It's junior year.
Junior year. Sorry, but did what I had to do.
I remember it, because I remember I was recording all these games, right? Because I tore my ACL.
Yeah,
and one point you made that I kind of want to piggyback on is these coaches have such a influence on kids. You're telling kids at 14, 15, 16 years old, which is the years that kind of mold you into who you are. You're not a shooter. Do this because you're not this.
Right.
Why are we telling kids what they're not instead of telling them what they can be?
Exactly. I
feel like the sky's the limit for any kid. Who am I to tell a kid, hey, you're not good, you never will be good, so just focus on that.
Right. Like,
they're gonna believe that, right?
Like, it's such a time in their life where like they're developing, like they're still, as a person, you're still figuring out who you are. So some of those things that people tell you, bro, you can you can internalize it and think that that's the truth. It's not, and only you can decide like what you can and can't do. But yeah, it's tough, man.
It takes a mature individual to go through that at that age.
For sure.
Because I know a lot of folks who would be that age and be told that, and they would crumble and fold.
Exactly.
Or they feel some type of way. But you felt some type of way and used it to drive you to be better and to never, ever have another coach say, oh, he's this because of this, and he's not going to be a shooter because he's a dribbler. Or that was a really,
made no sense.
Really weird statement.
Really? Yeah, it actually made no sense.
And I have another story about this before we move on real quick. Sure. Do you remember the 1-on-5 story? I mean the 1-on-5 situation.
I definitely remember the 1-on-5 situation.
Do you want to tell that story? Or should someone who witnessed it, you want it from someone else's lens or your lens?
You go ahead and I'll tell you what
Okay, so this is one practice where we're scrimmaging 5-on-5. I forgot if it was for playoffs or whatever it was, and we were going through plays, and UC was getting shots up. It wasn't bad shots. He was getting shots up, good shots. And mind you, he was on the second unit, so there really wasn't anybody else to take those shots besides him. Right. And I wasn't even mad at him for it. So it got to a point where I think you might have took 2 or 3 consecutive shots. Wasn't even really bad shots. And coach is like, UC. He's like, stop, hold on. Blows the whistle. Boom, he's like, UC, damn it. You know what? Your other 4 teammates, get off the court. UC, 1 versus 5, go. Throws UC the ball. And mind you, we're on offense, the starting 5, and we're like, coach, like, we're supposed to guard one player. They're like, yeah, go guard him. UC, go try to score now. She just want to pass the ball anyway. And like, I remember me and DJ are kind of like looking like, yo, bro is tweaking right now. It's like we're like low key sideways laughing because it's like this is like laughable, but we kind of got to take it serious because coach is hot. So like we like playing defense, but like, we're kind of half-assing it because it's 5 players. And I remember this is when I had the most respect for UC because UC got that ball and literally went straight to his spots. He was still shooting 1-on-5, hey, and he was 1-0 pull-ups. But like he wasn't making the shots because there's 5 people in front of him, but he was having the confidence to still take the same shots he was taking when it was 5-on-5. And I was like, oh yeah, I mess with UC, man. He's a dog. Coach literally tried to mess with his mental and say go 1-on-5. When he didn't score the 1-on-5, we had like 3 possessions. He's like, see, pass the damn ball and this and that. I'm like, coach, he's 15 right now. You need to relax. He's a kid. So that's one of the most prominent high school stories I've ever been through in my life.
Hey, the man told me to go score 1-on-5. I tried. I'm coachable.
You know Do you remember?
I caught the ball. All right.
One of the shots did hit the side of the backboard.
I don't remember that one, but
it was the right wing, and you had 3 contested. It was like DeFi contested, Tyler contested, and I think Justice was Matt Donlin. So they all contested. I'm at the top of the key and I'm watching, and then here's the side of the back where I'm like, damn. That's when coach is like, see, I seen enough. And shortly after, he had demoted you to JV, which it felt like a personal thing to me, but
it definitely was. But
for sure, enough about that though. You guys had to be there to see that. That was an amazing.
You gotta shoot your shot, man. It don't matter the obstacles in your way. 5 people, 1 person, man. You gotta shoot your shot.
Because you didn't pause or nothing. You went straight to it. I was like, oh, he's serious. But moving to the last thing about high school, our senior year. Mm-hmm. Now, we have talks with people and saying we weren't the best in the city, which is cap. These teams would beat our teams, and like our team would beat your team our senior year. I just want to address one thing here, man. Selfishly, there's only been 2 NBA players from Sacramento in the past decade. Mm-hmm. We can even go back 20 years. I think we throw Matt Barnes in there. I tell people this. We had 5 players at any moment who could score 20. Mm-hmm. We all play defense for the most part. We all could shoot the ball. Mm-hmm. Literally. Mm-hmm. We all had confidence. Mm-hmm. And one thing people always say is, man, y'all didn't have like that go-to guy. Y'all didn't have like that killer. I'm like, don't get it twisted. UC is a killer. Tyler Jennings is a killer, especially in high school.
Tyler was tough.
Tyler was
Tyler
tough.
was like,
bruh.
I'm trying to compare a point guard. I mean, he was looked like Nash, low key.
No, he Nash. He could shoot, pass.
Bro.
He didn't really turn the ball over too much.
He never turned the ball over.
It's a great comparison. His pick and roll game was impeccable.
Bro. I did
one of the best high school point guards I've seen in the city.
a long time, bro.
And he had DJ, who would just be coming into DJ. This is like Michigan DJ.
Yeah.
And he had Nephi, All-American, and then he had me, who just wanted all smoke at all times. Right? I was for any and everything. So when people tell us like we wouldn't have beat these certain teams in Sacramento history, I'm like, you gotta understand, we didn't back down from nobody, and we wanted all smoke. We lost 4 games that year. 2 to Bishop O'Dowd, which had Ivan Rabb, who went to the Memphis Grizzlies, Paris Austin, who went to Boise State. And we lost to the number 2 team in Seattle.
Right.
They were amazingly hitting shots that
Right.
day. I don't know what happened. And then we lost to a top 25 team, Centennial.
Barely.
Barely, though, by 3 points.
Barely.
Now, when you got to your senior year, before the season started, this might have been junior year. Do you remember the conversation we had on the staircase in the atrium?
No, I don't think I do.
I told the people this story, but you can kind of piggyback on this because you remember when I tell you this. We were sitting in the atrium. I remember you had a black tee on. You had khakis and some Jordans. I don't know why I remember the fit.
That sounds right.
Dribbling the ball between your legs.
Yep, I had the ball every day.
I had the ball every day. That's one thing. Yeah, kids, if you love basketball, you should be touching a basketball every day.
Bro,
just a side note.
Sure.
And you're on the stairs sitting there. This is what I'm telling you, man. My mixtapes are better than Hoop Mixtape and Baller's Life. I'm like top 3 mixtape maker in the world. And in that conversation, you told me like, yeah, bro, like I'm going D1, Sal. And I said, oh, for real? Like, are you just saying that? Or like, are you being realistic with yourself? I was asking these questions. You're like, bro, I'm going D1. Like, I know it. And I said, okay. Like I said, one of the few people I know who's going to say something and do it. So years later, you go JUCO 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to Stony Brook,
Mm-hmm.
which is like one of the best teams in the conference
Mm-hmm.
in New York.
Mm-hmm.
D1.
Mm-hmm.
So when I seen that, I said, dang, that's a testament of confidence. Because not a lot of people have the confidence in themselves to say that at that age. Like, I'm going D1 no matter the situation that I'm in right now. I know that God's going to bring me out of this because I am faithful to the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Barring injury, barring anything, right? So you made it that far. But I want you to elaborate on the mindset going into senior year with that in mind. What was a switch for you to say, I think I'm the best player on this court regardless of ranking, regardless of the media attention, regardless of the name?
Firstly, I was a psychopath.
Low key. In the gym every day.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like to be successful, you kind of have to be, bro. I was obsessed, bro. I'm telling you, like, every teacher in the school every day is telling me to stop dribbling the ball. Like, we go to indoor school, bro.
Yeah.
2nd story, so you can hear the echo. Bro, I'm crossing people through I'm just working on my handle. I had just got like a iPad or a laptop or something like that. So I'm in class, like I'm not encouraging not to do school, but I'm watching YouTube, like mixtapes and stuff, and I'm going to try them and practice them before practice, during practice. Like I was obsessed, bro. Like it was just, I ate thinking I'm playing D1. I brushed my teeth, doing moves in the mirror. Like some of that stuff I still do now, bro. Like it's just like a mindset shift, like during the game, after the game, like it's just like D1 in a square, like that's all I see, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was no plan B. It was no, D2 would be cool. It's not, and I'm not saying that D2 schools aren't good or anything. I'm just saying, like, I said this is my personal goal, and I'm not fluctuating. I'm not changing. There's no, I have to hit the goal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It obsessed me. And then after the season, it was crazy. I had a lot of interest from a lot of D1 schools throughout the whole year. I want to say about like 10 of them, most of them West Coast schools. Yeah. And then they came to our practices. They would watch me play and all that. The thing that for me, the weird place I got caught in, to be honest, was that I'm about 6 feet. I'm really athletic, but for us at Capital, I played like the two. We were
Yeah.
both kind of like
All
two
interchanged.
guards.
Yeah.
We were all interchangeable. So I didn't get as many reps at the one, but it worked out. Tyler was a good passer. I was more athletic. I could score. So it just for our team, it worked. But a lot of those schools, they would just come and just, you see, we need a player like you. First of all, I was like, yo, you can have me. Just throw me the offer. We can get this out the way right now. But it was really that, like, I was like a little too short to play the two. Like, they never really got to see me play the one, so it got kind of tricky. But I don't know. Moving on from there to JUCO, I went to CSI. It was one of the top 3 national JUCOs in the country, and I'm telling you, like, if I was obsessed in high school, I took it to another level in JUCO. Like, me and the security guard for the gym were best friends because every single night I was in that gym from 11 o'clock to 1 a.m.
Wow.
Every single night. It was almost therapeutic for me. I would just hear, I was the only one in the gym. I could hear the echo when I dribbled the ball, the way the net swished, and just like that was what I'm on. I wasn't going to parties. I wasn't, and I'm not saying that you have to be like this. I'm just telling you, like, this is how obsessed I was with achieving this goal. It's no plan B. It's no this or that. So, I don't know. By God's grace, I got blessed with that scholarship, and it was my only scholarship. I only had one.
That's all you need, though.
That's all I need.
That's all you need.
So, yeah, man, that's just that obsession.
So that obsession, right, got you this scholarship.
Right.
Now going into Stony Brook, right, had a solid career. I was able to catch not the games, but the highlights. I was stat watching. I like to keep tabs on all my boys,
For
man,
sure.
because I was still playing at the time too, so I didn't really have time to watch every game, but I was always stat watching and just seeing like how, if they were showing him love or if he was performing well, and stay in touch that way. That led you to your pro career. And before we talk about that, what is the biggest difference between junior college and Division I? Mind you, I went JUCO to D2, so I want to know the JUCO to D1.
To be honest, not much.
Okay.
For me, what's crazy is a lot of JUCO players are actually D1 players that didn't take their grades seriously.
That's very true.
To be honest, I'd argue there's a good amount of JUCO teams that could beat like D2, D3, AIA teams.
Easy.
Because they're just so talented, but some of those guys don't take the class seriously. It's crazy because like even in JUCO, like it's a numbers game, man. Like
yeah.
I get there and dudes are a little bit more talented than I thought. I thought I'm walking in here and just gonna be able to do whatever I want, but no, we had a good team. But I'm looking at it like we had 15 players on the team. Okay, 3 to 4 of y'all aren't gonna take your classes seriously, so let's kick you out. 2 of y'all gonna fail some drug tests, so y'all are out of here. So it's really, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, and this is kind of a testament to my career, even when we were younger, because I was never necessarily just the outright best player, but my philosophy was always like, I'm gonna outlast you. Like you're better than me right now, but 3 years, 5 years, college, pro, I'm gonna be better than you then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but back to your question about JUCO to college or to D1, bro, it wasn't. What's crazy is I was coming off the bench in JUCO. I got to D1, I was starting.
Wow.
After like 2 weeks of being there. So the talent level, I was ready for it. My game was ready for it, and obviously those 2 years of JUCO gave me a boost, like, because I wasn't like a freshman coming in, like I had already played. So it wasn't much. It was just I don't know. It was just a kind of a little bit of a mindset shift, I would think. But for me personally, it was kind of like a seamless transition. I felt like it was crazy. So my high school to college to JUCO, I felt like it was an easy transition because mentally I was already there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it's like say I have a job interview or I'm trying to get a job, but I'm already say it's a sales job. But I'm already reading books on salesman stuff. I'm already watching clips. I'm already like, I already had the mindset of I'm already doing that right now. So I already had the time management, already had literally my workout schedule could fit right into D1. So mentally I was already there. So for me, it was pretty much a seamless transition.
So kind of what I picked up on that was the difference is kind of the mentality.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right. There's a gap between high school and D1.
For sure.
Very
For
gap.
sure.
But I always tell people junior college to the NCAA level, it's not that much of a gap.
Right.
It's kind of the mentality and the discipline.
Right.
Because it's a little more discipline because their job is on the line because they're recruiting players to kind of help their jobs in the line. So it's kind of a business relationship between the players and the coach.
For sure.
And was there one moment in junior college where you said, oh, wow, okay, like this guy can go. And then after that, was there one moment in junior college where you're like, I can see myself playing at the next level, at a high level?
Yeah, I think so. I think for me in JUCO, it was just like finding ways to like impact winning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What's crazy though, I feel like I'd always played for winning teams. Like you go back.
No, literally Predators,
Sutter. I only lost 2 games. Franklin, we lost 2 games. We were 19-2 that season. At Capital, we lost 6 games, 5 games, 4 games.
Yep.
My junior year, my JUCO freshman year, we went 31-3. So
Damn.
I'd always my whole life played for winning teams. But it's just like, okay, like in high school, you might just like catch a lob and like the fans go crazy and you get that feeling like, oh, I'm hooping right now.
Yeah.
Really, you have 2 points. You know what I'm saying? So it's like learning to like, okay, I'm shutting this guy down. I'm going to get 8 points, and then I'm going to get another 4 points on back cuts.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit an open 3. I'm going to make the one more pass. Like learning to play the right way was like the biggest thing that I learned and what helped me to just translate to the next level and be able to like just I know how to, you know what I'm saying, impact winning. JUCO for me too, like you said, it was just like kind of like that middle step instead of like a big jump from high school to D1 because you imagine, especially like us, like we went to small school at like 200-300 kids.
Yeah, about 2
Christian school, and then boom, I go to. If you imagine just making that straight jump to D1, you got all the freedom in the world. You got nobody asking you if you went to class, your homework. Literally. You can party till whenever, like you know what I'm saying. So JUCO, in a sense, honestly, was kind of like a blessing in disguise for me. But I don't know, like I said, just that mentality and impact and winning is kind of what carried me on and allowed me to be successful.
Was there one player in junior college that you were like, oh my gosh, he's him, or he's really good?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. You see him all the time. Like one of my teammates, he ended up going to Alabama and then to Santa Barbara. His name was Armand Davis.
Okay.
You would just see like, like he's actually that was the first, because I ain't gonna lie, at being at Capital, like obviously DJ was what DJ was. He had 6'10", could shoot, great hands around the basket and stuff like that. But like you said, like I still walked on the court every day feeling like I'm the best player. You know what I'm saying?
As you should.
I was like, exactly, as you should. Yeah. But and I still had that mentality going to JUCO and going to D1. But like as you move up in your career, you realize like, nah, some of these dudes is really talented.
Really good.
Like really, he's really good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like you can outsmart him. You can work harder. You could be more. You could work on your skills, because skill and talent is different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes talent is just natural. But yeah, like a lot of my teammates, because we had like 8 guys go D1, and a lot of them were high major.
Wow.
The guys we played against, especially when we went to nationals, I think we played against Brandon Austin, bro.
Oh my gosh, I've heard of him.
So it was like watching like talent in its purest form.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you would see guys like that, like, yo, some of these dudes are really good, bro. So then you can either lie to yourself and be like, oh, like, I'm just as talented, like, okay. Or you can say, yo, he's really talented. I'm good too, but what am I gonna do to separate myself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta keep working. Yes. Now I've seen it, I gotta keep working. Yes. So that was my approach, man. I kept it real with myself at all times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I just gotta stay in the lab and just keep adding and outlast people. Like I said, bro.
I think that's one of the main points too. You have to be realistic with yourself. I always preach this. There's no other feeling than when you understand and you're realistic with yourself, because then you start to understand things from a different perspective. You're now not looking at it as an emotional aspect. You're looking at it from a realistic, like, oh, this is a realistic feeling that I'm understanding that, oh, this person might be better than me. And I've told people this, like, people come to me, crazy question. So why aren't you in the NBA? Why the fuck you think I'm not in the NBA? Why? First of all, I'm height challenged. Second of all, injuries. Third of all, I'm just not that good.
Oh, but I know what you're saying, and sometimes people get on here and like they'll just hype up the host or whatever, but no, people don't understand, bro. Like going into our junior before Cell got hurt, and there's that the little clip of you in high school when you did the windmill in the game off 1 foot.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, because DJ was sleeping over at my house, and we went to my cousin's house down the street to play basketball on their court, and we were both looking at the phone like, yo, what? Like he's doing that? But like, you remember it was one time like we had just got done with the summer league game, and I pulled you to the side, like all the parents over there, I said, "Sell, like come holler at me, bro." I was like, "Bro, like, how are you doing this?" Remember, like, it's because you kept getting dunks, too.
Oh, yeah.
You laugh, like, bro, I'm playing the passing lane, I'm getting steals, and I'm just taking off. And it was that one game at Vista Del Lago. The dude was like 6'7".
Was that Sac State against Vista Del Lago?
Oh, against Vista Del Lago. But you missed it, but, like, you literally took off one. Like, bro, your chest was like, bro, and you, like, back rimmed it. I'm like, he's the best player on the team. Like he one of the best, bro. People gotta understand. Like I'm only talking about think about Isaiah Thomas, left hand Isaiah Thomas, but with stupid bounce.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, it was like clear as day. Cell was our best player, and then it was just crazy. Like when you got hurt, bro, that shit. It was just like a stab in the heart to the whole team, bro. It was crazy, but like people. I always say like mid-major for sure, but like you was trending like this. Like if you was like just a lockdown defender, I think you could have like been high major, just one of them guards like just could just get in the. It was crazy, bro. People don't understand how like actually it's hard to talk about yourself. So I know you got to be humble. So I gotta give you your flowers too. But
that's love, man.
In high school, bro, Cell was the guy, bro.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. You know, I like to just keep it on the. I was all right.
Yeah, you got but nah, for like. Real basketball, not like just I know you do the YouTube thing, like no hooper, actual like plays basketball, like for real.
That was a different time in my life, and I made a whole podcast talking about when tearing my ACL and all that. The determining factor between me realizing how good I was to the perception of how good I was, if that makes sense. Like I realized how good I was, but I never understood the perception of what other people saw, and that kind of shook me a little bit because everybody saw me as better than what I thought I was, and I would always compare myself.
For sure, yeah. I think that was a thing for you. I think like some people like they're like, bro, you gotta chill out. Like you're not like that. I think you didn't know how good you were.
Fact.
Like I was like, bro, like you.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
you like I don't not. It's not that because it's not you like confidence or anything or. Outside looking in, it didn't seem like you lack confidence because you talking crazy, you getting buckets or whatever. But like, nah, I feel like you didn't know how good you were. You know what I'm saying? So
I think the reason for that, not an excuse, it's actually a real thing. It was the aspect of I had anger issues. So
oh boy.
So
yes, you did.
That will always get in the way and misconstrued how I really felt about myself. So I would go out there and play and say, dang, I'm doing a really damn good job. But at any moment I was kind of scared or nervous of the aspect of I can kind of lose my temper at any moment. And I don't know if you ever dealt with anger issues. Like I know the stories, so I can't speak for you, but I know the stories about what transpire between you and anger, and not gonna talk about that right now. But when I would look at myself in the mirror at home, this is a true story. I would go on the driveway and play and just shoot around, and I would get mad at myself. I'm like, dude, like you have the potential to be so good, but like, why are you doubting yourself? And why don't you think you have the potential to be so good? I knew I had the potential, but I didn't think it. It's two different things. So I would tell myself, you have the potential, but why? What's holding you back? And my biggest thing was me, my mental, my anger. But I could never get rid of the anger because my father went away. So that always got in the way of me getting better. If your mental is in the way of your actual physical, you're not gonna get better. Because that's literally a blocker. And people would tell me, yo, so you have potential, and I would just be like, but like these coaches, all they're gonna see is the anger. Not knowing that I had the potential to switch it off. Like I could really literally work on that at a young age and be like, man, I could just not be angry. Work on it, right? It's easier said than done, but there's ways to work on it. And I didn't fully understand that until the ACL tear.
So did you feel like the whole time like because you were aware that you had like an anger problem, right?
Off rip.
But like were you aware that you couldn't control it? Like it's like
yes.
You know, like you ever watch Naruto?
I have not, but my boy back there, my counterpart, is a big.
My brothers watch it a lot. I watch it enough to where I know. But you know, if anybody watched Naruto, he had the nine-tailed fox in him, right? And early on, like it's like super powerful, but he knew he couldn't control it, right? He had no. So was it like that? Like, because when you get fired up, when you hooping, you talking crazy, you're hooping. But like, did you know, like, all right, there's a limit I can go, and then once I lose control, it's over with? Like, were you aware of that?
Yeah, I was fully aware of that sophomore year when I broke my thumb, going into sophomore year, and I'm getting into it with one of the players' fathers.
Oh yeah.
So that's when I was aware. I said, okay, I'm fully aware that I'm getting into it with the player's father. Like, I'm ready to go blows with someone's dad right now. And I'm 16, 15 turning 16.
Clearly don't have a grasp on this anger.
Yeah, I said, whoa. I said, I am about to go. Mind you, I actually said both of y'all can get this. Like, that's when I'm like, whoa, so you really have to get it under control. And I didn't start getting it under control until I got to junior year of college. My first year as an ARC, I actually walked out of practice my freshman and sophomore year. Thought about quitting basketball. I remember I called my mom and said, this is just not fun no more. But I realized I was the issue. So I was getting better and working on it. But what was really the deciding factor was having a good woman by your side. And that's what helped me change. And that's what has helped me become a better man. Also being a man of God.
Okay. All right.
Two big factors, man. I always harp that. Good woman on your side.
For sure.
Being a man of God.
For sure.
But yeah, that's my testament of people. If you can understand, if you're going through something at a certain age and you can understand it and you get it and you understand that you can't get a grasp of it, it's perfectly fine to reach out for help to get a grasp of it earlier rather than later. But yeah, that is I appreciate you saying those words, man.
For sure, bro.
But now people ask me this, and I'm like, I am not what I once used to be. More skilled, not athletic. Don't really got the stamina to do this anymore. Like, you know, that's why I sit here and react and talk on these podcasts. This is what I'm passionate about now. I'm more passionate about this than playing the game. I still love the game, but I love talking about the game and getting people's stories about the game. Sure. But enough about me. Damn it. This is your episode. Right. So well, my last thing on the sports topic before we dive into more of the real lighthearted stuff too is you got to stint in the G League with the Stockton Kings and the Atlanta Skyhawks.
Yeah, College Park.
College Park.
Yeah.
Now I had Jordan Ford on here talk about his G League experience, and I know everybody's G League experience is different. What was your experience like?
For me, the G League, man, it's been interesting, man. Especially like my rookie year when I was with Stockton Kings. I think like our first game we're playing against. I don't even have to say name, but it was like a point guard. We were both rookies, but he got drafted like late first round.
Okay.
And then it was
in the actual draft.
Yeah, in the draft. Yeah. So then, but he got moved down to the G, and he was playing, and we going up and down. I'm like,
he's like, you guys are kind of like you're on the same level as these guys.
Hold on, like first round, like
yeah, bro.
Like so, and then I started getting to my moves and started doing what I do, and like still like doing my same stuff, getting like easy buckets, getting by people and stuff like that. I'm like, hold on, because if you have say like I gotta walk to the park, right? That's like 5 minutes away right here, right? But I imagine in my head that from in between here and the park is Mount Everest. And I gotta, oh my gosh, to get to there, like I'm gonna have to climb and I'm gonna have to do this. Like if you put that in your head, like you're already like shooting yourself in the foot.
Facts.
But what I realized, I was like, hold on, bro, like this is like not only like NBA, like he a first round draft pick, bro. Like
Guaranteed contract.
And I'm like, hold on, like if there is separation, like it might be like this. And then once I saw that, and that was my first game, my whole mindset shifted. I'm like, oh, like you always believe that you can do something, but then when you start to like really like knock at the door and stuff like that, in a sense, you like, hold on, I can really do this. Then you're like, you start approaching it differently. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was the first thing I kind of got from like being in the G League. And then this last season was cool. For me, I really was able to develop my game and like work on things that I know that are gonna help me in my career and stuff like that. But the G League is interesting because what I want to touch on in high school was, or one of the biggest jumps from high school to college, is that's the first time where you kind of start to see the business of basketball.
Yes.
So when I'm playing with you guys in high school, bro, like that's the funnest basketball of your life, in my opinion.
It's the purest.
Because it's the purest. Because athletically, we get to a point where we dunking, we doing all this crazy stuff, but we still like, it's still like we're still kids, still living with our parents. Like the responsibility's not there. I don't got bills to pay. Like obviously, I got to go. I'm trying to play D1 and so on. But it's like playing with my boys, like that I grew up with. Like we playing on Friday nights, a gym packed. Like
every Friday night.
I don't care about no scouting report. I'm gonna go out there and just hoop, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
You get to college and you got to know everybody on the scout, and you got this meeting and weights, and you got to manage it with classes, and it's a business. Because like I remember when I got to Stony Brook, when I found out how much our coach was like, coach make like $1 million. I'm like, you getting $1 million to coach us? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you're not touching none of that.
You know what I'm saying? So it is a business, and if you're not performing, you're affecting his money and the school's money, so they'll get you out of there. So there's that pressure right there. So that was like me starting to learn like, oh, it's kind of a business. And then when you get to the pros, and especially anything related to the NBA, it's like, nah, this is a business. It's political.
Yeah.
I don't care if it can be. I don't care how you're playing or what you're doing in practice or whatnot. But we just drafted this guy, so the G League affiliate to the team, like you're basically like a simulation for people that they need to send down for the NBA team. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
so
like, I get you.
It could be like say we have a point guard up top, and we need him to learn how to play pick and roll better, right? So instead of like just having him in practice, let's give him live reps by putting him in the G League. Hey, play this guy 40 minutes.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And you could have been killing. You could have been rolling the last couple games, doing well in practice, but it's like you're sitting on the bench. There's no questions asked. And you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I definitely like picked up in the G League. Like it's a business, and you got to be able to roll with the punches. And going back to high school, you got to still be able to stay ready and whatnot. But got to just know how my mom told me when I was a kid, like you got to know how to play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. If that's what it is. Don't fight the current.
Yeah.
Just try to learn how to maneuver within it. So
it's up to you say, because I don't care what no one says, man. Playing professional basketball at any level is a feat in itself, and it is an accomplishment. You were able to play at the highest level. G League is the highest level. NBA is like the peak, right? Now, I mean the highest level in the States because that's kind of like the direct path to get to the NBA.
Right.
The executives are able to come to your games easier. They don't have to fly overseas to see you play.
Sure.
They don't have to watch you over tape. They can just come watch you play directly. So I feel like that's dope because you were in the area of the blessing, right? So God is in the room, and his disciples are in the area. you're right there. It's the NBA G League. Like,
Sure.
I don't think you understand how big and how big of a magnitude and impact that is to people from Sacramento, to your friends, to see DJ like in the NBA. Then UC's literally right below that. Like, you're a step away from the door, and I just hope you don't forget how close you are to that goal. And I know there might be days where you're having those thoughts. We're all human, where it's like, am I doing enough? Is this meant for me?
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be meant for you if you're at the door. Mm-hmm. It's just a little more work got to be done. That's it. Just a little more work got to be done. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be that meme of the dude knocking down the dirt when the diamond is literally an inch away, right?
Right there.
So kind of like your bro's brand, or you just keep going. Mm-hmm. Just keep going, and you're going to inspire people on the way with doing that.
Appreciate you.
Now, enough of the pro journey. I have one question before we get into the funny parts. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the last time you were here? Almost 2 years ago. No, about a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And you told me, bro, you got to start reading. So, do you read? You got to start reading. What book out there has helped you? Give me one book. I have an idea what book this is going to be, that has helped you become a better human being.
The one book, and I was reading it when we were together. We went to go watch DJ when they were playing the Warriors when he was still with the Bucks. Is The Alchemist.
Alchemist,
bro.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And for anybody who hasn't read it, I would strongly encourage. Like, it doesn't matter what walk of life you're on.
Yeah,
that book, I feel like, will help you outside of the Bible, of course.
Amen.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? But,
amazing.
But in terms of just that type of reading, like The Alchemist, it changed my whole perspective on my journey to what I wanted to do, because the whole emphasis of the book is the journey is the reward.
Wow.
Like, I made a post, and I got my late bloomer brand and kind of
motto. I love the brand, by the way.
Going on, but I made a post about it, and what I was basically saying, kind of piggybacking on that, was like, bro, when we were in high school, what my one goal was what? Play D1.
Play D1.
I did that.
But
then, so boom, 2 feet land on campus. I get there, it's like, now what?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I want to play pro. I want to be a professional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pro now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, like, you get to the goals in life, bro, but it's not like how a video game is with, like, you won. Like, like,
it's not like that.
No, bro. No. It keeps going. So it's like, then you have to ask yourself, like, what is it gonna be? Like, what if my goal is to be a millionaire? What if I get there? What if I want to start 3 businesses and I do it? Like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And you got to understand that goals are just like check markers. Remember how in video games you get to a checkpoint and then you can reference that checkpoint. You probably learn something from it, but goals are just a checkpoint. But the best part about it is the journey. Like, the best part about, I never actually think about when I signed to D1.
Wow.
I think about being in the gym, not knowing if I was going to fully do it, but believing I could. I think about, like, the trials and the coach benching me, and then me getting put back in the game and serving, and then earning more time and working my, like, those are the things I think about. So, like, that would be my encouragement to people. It's like, it's not about, the goal is what it's going to be, but, like, stay in the moment and enjoy the journey. I'll give one, like, quick, if I can. I don't want to go too long-winded, but one quote from the book. It was a young man. He was asking this old, wise, rich man, basically, what's the secret to life? What's the secret to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then the old man, he said, yo, I'm busy. I got a lot of meetings, but I have this beautiful, amazing house. I got all this beautiful tapestry and these gardens and these this pool, and just go around the house and, like, just, you know what I'm saying, walk around, whatever. He said, but before you go, take this spoon. I'm gonna fill the spoon up with water, and while you do that, like, don't spill this water. Come back, like, let the water still be on the spoon.
Yeah.
And man's like, all right, super focused on the spoon. He goes for about an hour, hour and a half, walks around the house, comes back, spoon is full.
Yeah.
Comes back to the old wise man, said, hey, it's been like an hour. Here's the water on the spoon. All right, tell me what the secret to life is. Old man's like, okay, but like, what did you think of like the tapestry? What did you think about the garden that I had and I arranged? Like, oh, I didn't even see it. I was just like, okay, go back. I want you to do the same thing, but like, enjoy. Like, I have this amazing house, bro. Like, enjoy. Like, see it for what it is, and like, I want you to tell me about it. So he goes around. He's starstruck. Can't believe all the beautiful gold and silver, like amazing jewels and things he sees in the house. And he comes back, and he comes back to the wise man. He's like, yo, this is like the most crazy house I've ever seen. Like, it's beautiful. I saw this and that. And he's like, okay, but look at the spoon. The water was gone. He spilled all of it because he got too caught up in the moment. He said the secret to life is you're focused on that goal. Focused on going D1 and being a pro and whatever. So like, I still got my spoon, but it's being able to look up and enjoy the journey and enjoy the moment that you're in. Like, both of those things can be true. Like, yeah, we have goals, but bro, life is precious.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to enjoy every moment while still working towards whatever goal you're trying to achieve.
That is the Alchemist, ladies and gentlemen.
Alchemist.
The Alchemist.
Great book.
Nothing I can say, but I haven't read it yet. But with that representation of the book, what I got from that is kind of enjoy the fruits of your labor.
For sure, bro.
Don't be so focused on the goal to where you're oblivious to what's around you.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. Wow. That is a great way to end that conversation. I mean, I got to read The Alchemist, man. You've been telling me to read it. I've been bullshitting. Excuse my language. But I want to dive into something new on the Backyard Podcast channel. Never done before, so you're the first one. I sent you some dad jokes.
You did send me some
that
dad jokes.
Trio came up with. I haven't seen them.
Okay.
I haven't seen mine.
They better not be weak.
So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to test the waters. We're going to read 3 each to each other, one after another. The goal is to make the person laugh. If this goes quick, we can read all 6.
Okay.
Are you ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I think delivery is very important here.
So,
The joke here is how you say it and how you answer it.
so what Trio's saying behind the camera, you probably can't hear him, is the delivery makes the joke. I fully understand. So the goal is to make each other laugh. Whoever makes each other laugh the most wins.
Do we pick any of
You
the
could pick
bank?
any of the ones you
Okay,
sent.
okay,
So
okay.
do you want to go first?
You can go first.
All right. Trio, where's my dang you did text me, my bad. You right, I got it. All right. Here we go.
I got him.
All right. You see. What does the moon do when he wants a haircut?
What does he do?
He eclipses it. Okay, respect. I tried to get my delivery right there.
Okay.
All right, respectable.
Why can't a leopard hide?
Why?
He's always spotted.
Okay, break the water. Okay. What does the light say to the other light?
What does he say?
Don't look, I'm changing. Okay. I gotta get my delivery better.
Okay, here we go. What do you call a beehive without an exit?
What?
Unbelievable.
He almost got me there. He almost got me there. He almost got me there. All right. What do you call a line of men waiting for a haircut?
What is it?
A barbecue.
That's pretty good.
That's solid.
pretty
That's
good.
solid.
That's
Like
pretty
a
good.
barbecue, but you know what I'm saying? Come on now. Like,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
might as well go through all of them. F it.
How did the orange lose the race?
I know you're gonna tell me how.
It ran out of juice.
That's the thing. See, but you see, it's not the joke itself. It's always his delivery with how he says things. Like he'll say things that aren't funny, but it'll be funny.
The delivery, brother.
He got me. All right, here we go. How do you find Will Smith in a forest?
I feel like you say how do you find them?
You follow his Fresh Prince.
That's also a good one.
It's a great one.
I'm not gonna laugh, but
Damn it,
it's pretty
man!
good. I feel like just because I've heard it is why I didn't laugh. I might have gave you a little snicker if I didn't. I think this might be the last one. Let me see.
Go ahead. I'll say one more too.
Actually, I like this one. Here we go. Where do boats go when they're sick?
Actually, go. I have no clue.
The dock. The dock. Sick. Boats. Dock a boat.
Not getting me on that one.
Okay.
It's a good one though.
Pretty-
Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
I have three. I could pick from here. It's the last one, right?
Better be the good one.
Okay. What do houses wear?
I don't know.
In a dress.
In a dress? Houses? What was
In a dress.
it? In a dress? In a dress.
They wear it in a dress. A address. They wear a address.
You might have fumbled the.
I kinda
You might
did
have got
fumble
me.
it.
Yeah.
Damn, damn
In a
it. No, it's
dress.
just in a dress. In address.
Address.
It's kind of hard to damn it. F it.
Oh, if you would just address.
Address. Oh, I fumbled that. Damn it.
Yeah, one word too many, my boy.
Okay, well that's fine. That brings us to our next segment of the show, the Mindful Tricks, hosted by Marcellus Howard. Trio, play the music. Play the music. Yep. Bump. Bump, 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 bump. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Marcellus Howard. We have our contestants today. Iroegbu. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
All right. So the goal here is to get them right, and for me to not help you get them right.
Okay.
So no pressure. The last person on got 3 for 3. Some months have 8 letters in their name, whereas others have 5. How many have 3?
All of them.
Gosh, damn it, Trio. What the freak? You told me he was going to fall for that one. Damn it, you're right. I did fall for that. Okay. All right. A man once said he went 35 days without sleep. How is that possible?
A man once said he went 35 days
Uh-oh, Trio.
without sleep.
Might have us one here. How is that possible?
Let me hear you say it. One more time.
A man once said he went 35 days without sleep. How is that possible?
Is there a shot clock or?
Yeah. 10.
How do you do it?
I need to hear an answer.
I don't know.
We got him. He slept at night.
Days.
35
Hey,
days.
that's a good one.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
Okay. Heard you.
Come on now. I'm going to get you with this one. I feel it in my veins. You have 2 coins that equal 30 cents. And one of them is not a quarter. Which coins do you have?
I've heard this one. I have 2 coins that equal 30 cents, and one of them is not a quarter.
What coins do you have?
I have a quarter and a dime. I mean, a nickel. Excuse me, a nickel 5. Yeah.
You Sutter High School.
Exactly.
Sutter High School is crazy.
One of them is not a quarter.
Damn it.
So a quarter and a nickel.
Okay. Last
one. Yeah. 2 for 3.
Last one. What word becomes longer when you add 2 letters to it?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, long. Every word, but technically long.
True. He went like 4 for 5.
No, that's exactly what you want.
But your job is to make sure he doesn't get none right.
He's very quick-witted, and with you fell for more of them.
You got me on the days though.
I think on the day that's just one, but that was like that wasn't even the best one. Damn.
Can I read him one?
Yeah, give me one more.
Oh wait, no.
Go ahead. Just hand me the phone. When you do it. We're gonna get you this time, damn
I ain't
it.
gonna get me. No, listen, you already got one.
Which one? The cupcake joint?
You ain't get me on no cupcake. You ain't get me on no cupcake.
That might actually work. So just try that.
All right, bet. If 7 adults can eat 7 cupcakes in 1 minute, how long would it take 30 adults to eat 30 cupcakes?
1 minute. Quick math, man. Come on, man. I'm a scholar.
For you.
Hey, he's good. I'm sorry.
Gosh, damn it!
I'm a scholar, man.
He's also
All right, no, I'm gonna go to my freaking my go-to. You have a gold door, silver door, and a bronze door. All 3 catch on fire. Which one did the ambulance put out first?
Which one did the ambulance put out first?
Mm-hmm.
The ambulance doesn't do
F you. How about that?
a fire department.
I gotta do better. I gotta. After Jordan's episode, everybody's been catching on to it. Gosh, damn
Okay,
it.
I got one for you.
What's up?
If YES spells yes.
Yes.
EYES spells.
Eyes.
All right.
Come on, man. I'm hip to that.
That was a
Spell top.
TOP.
Say top 2 times fast.
Top.
Say it 3 times fast.
Top.
Say it 5 times fast.
Top.
We do it a green light.
Go.
You knew it.
Yeah,
You already knew it.
I
See, well, hey, man, respect to, you know what I'm saying? Real one, it takes a real one to know a real one. That's not the actual terminology I wanted to say there. One last thing before we end it off here. You got to play for Team Nigeria.
Yes, I did.
You're Nigerian.
I am Nigerian.
From the Igbo
Right.
tribe.
Right.
14-hour flight.
Yeah. Usually.
Is it necessary for people out there to travel and see the world?
Man, I tell people all the time, man, because like I'll talk to people and like, yeah, like some people like they don't even travel states, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know you were in Mexico not too long ago and stuff like that. That's Mexico's like not even that far necessarily.
Tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you still are when you get there, you're in a completely different country. Yes. I'm saying like for people like if you to starters like do a Cabo trip, do a Cancun, something like that, just to experience. You got to experience something else. It's like I remember talking about that jump from high school to like D1. Like sometimes because I went to public school before Capital, but those people jumping from like Capital Christian, a small Christian school, to a big, you know what I'm saying, like campus where you can do anything. Like sometimes it's hard when you're so sheltered or when you've only seen one thing. There's so much more out there, right? Yeah. So it's just like you can really open your eyes. So I'm telling people like if you've only been in like your city, state, or country, man, like that's one thing that one benefit of playing basketball, especially when you go overseas, man. Like there's a lot of world out there, man. It's
true.
A lot of different cultures and languages, and it's beautiful when you get to experience it, man. So for me, and playing for the national team, just got back playing with them like about a month ago. I'm heading back next month again to play with them in Ivory Coast.
Okay.
But it's bro, it's an honor.
Yeah.
It's crazy because me and my brother, when we both played on the national team, we played together before too. But being in our backyard, which you've been in many times before, it used to be
Legendary.
Like a
That's the
dream.
real backyard, by the way.
So that backyard has a lot of hours in that one. But it was a dream. Like, yeah, we're gonna play for the national team together one day. Da 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 da. But it's like, but when we get there, like, grab my jersey, he grabs his, we throw it on, look at each other, boom, walk out there and play. But that goes back to like to that Alchemist thing, like. But I stopped myself a couple times. So I'm like, I could just go into robot mode and do what I need to do, but I stopped, I looked at him like. I saw the jerseys.
Yeah.
Like, we both had Nigeria across our chest. First time in my life, my name's hyphenated on the back. Instead of just Iroegbu, will be Iroegbu, and he'll have I. Like, nah, bro, we're actually doing this right now. Like, that's
amazing.
Kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, just that goes back to like just staying in the moment and being like able to really appreciate where you're at, bro. But yeah, playing for the national team has been amazing. Definitely a big honor, and just experiencing those different countries and even Nigeria itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's been cool, man.
That's dope, man. You were able to rep the homeland,
Country.
your country. Like, that's amazing to do. Like, it's one thing to rep USA, but it's one thing to rep your country of origin.
Millions of people,
and you're selected to be the 12 out of 15.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's like I said. I don't think you understand how huge that is. That's amazing, man. What you and Ike have done, purely amazing. You guys are able to play on the same national team. Not many brothers can say that. Not many brothers can say they play in the same basketball court together. Not many brothers can say they play basketball at a high level at the same time. Because a lot of brothers out there play basketball, but one's usually better than the other one's not that good. But you guys are able to play at the highest level at the same time. And you guys are in the same time of your career. It's a beautiful thing, man. Shout out God.
Straight up.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of things on this podcast today. We have almost pretty much covered every subject, from the stories to the life success stories, to trials, tribulations, college, mental. Had a little bit of fun. Now, before we end this, I want you to lock in on your camera and tell the people some words of advice who are aspiring to be professional athletes, who are aspiring to be a more wholesome individual and more realistic with themselves, but still chasing their dreams. Like, what would you tell a kid right now who is wanting to be a professional athlete?
I think what I would say is, and when you hear like Marcellus say, like, be more realistic, it's not in a sense of like, oh, you can't do that. Like, you need to be more realistic. It's like, no, like, be realistic in the sense of like, I see it as like, see your real self being able to do what it is you want to do. For example, I have an older brother who's only a year older than me, and Marcellus knows this. When he was coming up through middle school, high school, he's nationally ranked. He's one of the best players in the country, and da-da-da-da-da. So when you have somebody who's older than you, especially your brother, setting up like footsteps that you can follow, and they're leading to a lot of success, it'd be easy to just be like, okay, I'm gonna just follow exactly what he's doing. Like, he's doing well. Why not? I just do it, copy and paste, right? But you got to get to a point where it's like you realize, no, but who am I? You know what I'm saying? So it's not that you can't take things from people and watch what people are doing that are making them successful. But when he says be realistic, like, be your full self. I think that's one thing that I had to learn, and I feel like all of us can benefit from continuing to understand that. And kind of what I talk about in my brand with Late Bloomer, it's a kind of like a testament to who I am. I talked earlier with Marcellus about like just outlasting people, but it's like sometimes like you can be better, you can achieve what you want to do. It just might take a little bit more time than what you thought, not what God has for you, not what's set for you, but you might have what you thought or when you wanted it to happen. Like keep honing those skills, keep working, because it all can still come together. It can all, your moment might just be like a little further out than you had imagined. So I think that would be my advice is, man, stay true to who you are, be your full self, And just one more thing touching on that. It's like, let me use just the example of me and my brother one more time, man.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. We're literally brothers, got the same blood flowing through our veins. We're only a year apart, but like no matter how much I would have wanted to, you can never fully be anybody else, right? Like even if you get close, you can never fully be yourself or fully be anybody else, but you can be 100% yourself. And when you do that, you start to unlock skills and abilities that maybe that other person doesn't even have. So that's what I would say. That's my advice. Be exactly who you are to the fullest extent, and just keep working because you might be a late bloomer.
Man, you guys, when I say this, I'm not just blowing smoke up his ass. Pause. UC has always been one of the best speakers I have ever been blessed to know. The way he is with his words is second to none. That's a talent. It's a talent, man. It's a God-given talent, and don't be afraid to use it. A lot of people need to hear what you have to say.
Appreciate that, bro.
And that is a skill in itself. It's hard to move a room with your words, and you do that very well. So I just want to give you kudos on that, man. But I appreciate you opening up on your story and being open and receptive to being on this podcast.
No problem, bro.
And just having a dope conversation as we always do.
Sure.
This is tip of the iceberg for you, bro. Like your career is only starting. It's only going to get better. And I'm praying for you, and I'm always supporting you. And yeah, man, just keep going, brother.
Keep going, man.
If you guys are watching this right now on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, share, leave a comment. And if you're listening on Spotify, Apple, or all the audio platforms, just hit that follow button. And this has been another episode, a great episode of the Backyard Podcast. And the way we end this is the same way in my reaction videos. Are you hip?
I think I'm about to be. I just got to jog my memory.
So on 3, we're going to say you dig.
Okay.
Yes. However you want to say it. I'm going to get enthusiastic with it and a little bit, can't think of another word. But on 3, 1, 2, 3, you dig? Yeah.